Hello, viewers. My name's Golden Arcadia, and today we will be playing some more. Wait, Grand Order. Sorry. Oops. Yeah. Last time we left out, doing plays for Cyrano, and we're gonna keep doing that. Gonna figure out what sketchy things Cyrano has been up to. I forgot to check how many missions I am in front. But if we complete section 4, I can do the golden apples. And that might leave us enough time. We want to do the 90, not the 70. That's fine. It's fine. We should be fine. But anyways, let's just jump into it. It's just bada bing, bada boom. Select. And I'm gonna keep that as is because I want to level up both Richard and also Morgan. Anyways, let's go.
いいでしょう。アサシネーション受けたまわりました。
星明かりこの刃での妖精よ
はい、MSN サービスです。もちろん始めます。
良き選択だ。ほう。
Let's go, Richard.
我が意志をもって世を噛み砕きし獅子。うさぼり、祈り、朽ち果て。頭の果てに我が道を吠え刻め。ユートピー・ピルガトー。
イノベーション始めます。完全配列よろしくて。
誇り高き騎士誇り高き騎士今一下がっていろ。ここは良き選択。
まあ大変。
我が意志をもって世を噛み砕きし獅子。うさぼり、祈り、朽ち果て。頭の果てに我が道を吠え刻め。ユートピー・ピルガトー。
Jesus Christ. I live in a slope, so I drive up pretty fast.
Ice は美味しい。星明かりこの刃に満たす。
我慢力を合わせてだろ。
下がっほう。我が意志をもって世を噛み砕きし獅子。うさぼり、祈り、朽ち果て。頭の果てに我が道を吠え刻め。ユートピー・ピルガトー。
If I need to move things around, then definitely use Chloe. And if we have to use Chloe, it's extremely dependent on having three enemies up. I got some deets. I've got some information. I talked to the ghosts. I tried to talk to them, but my direct current light was so bright it disappeared before I could say anything. Sorry, I couldn't be of more help. Well, I appreciate you trying. Hey, my emperor. Where'd you get that outfit? Pretty cool, right? I'll say, let me wear it. Hell no. Come on, Stolfo, cut it out. You have your saber form, remember? I know, but still. Okay, I've compiled the testimonies we gathered from the ghosts and the staff into this notebook. As of now, Cyrano de Bergerac has been performed 31 times. The first 10 consisted of Sir Cyrano reciting the entire script by himself. Starting with the 11th performance, he was joined by an additional cast and crew. The play was performed 9 more times with hearing very close to the original script, but from the 20th performance on, Sir Cyrano began making changes to it. These changes included switching out main characters, expanding supporting characters' roles, and changing various character endings. These changes continued even after Lady Yang Yufei joined the production. Here, I drawn up a list of all the changes that have been implemented since the play began. I've already sent a copy over to Chaldea as well. Great job, Sancho, as always. You're too kind, sir. Seeing them written out like this, there sure seems to have been a lot. Uh-oh. I'm starting to get pretty mixed up. Did you all know that the Count Guiche is actually a good guy? No, he's still pretty much a villain. Thanks, Sancho. But you know the Count still has his good sides. What is it, Emperor Charlemagne? Is something on your mind? Oh, I was just thinking. This list you made is really great, Sancho. But I don't know. I still get the feeling that these little script changes aren't what we really need to know. And do you mean we should be looking at the art direction and casting decisions? No, that's not it either. Don't look at me. I suck at thinking. You take this one, Bradamante. Me? Ah. Dolfo. Okay. Well, looking at it like this, there are definitely all kinds of differences. The fact that we're here now means none of them worked, so can we really figure out something even better than these attempts? It does seem like a tall order. Who's that on the line? Ah, how that world calls to me, and yet our love can never be. Phantom? The theater is my home, which is why I can never set foot in that one. I see. Are you saying there's a reason the singularity rejected servants such as Sir Shakespeare and yourself, who would normally seem to be perfect fit, in favor of us who would not normally be considered for such place? Indeed. Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I was talking to the authors, seeing that what they had to say. Oh, hi Phantom. Did you have some thoughts on the documents I gave you earlier too? Ah, what meaning is to be found in differences alone? That is not where one finds the beating heart of artistic expression. I thought it might be the case. What do you mean? Well, after talking to the authors, they were pretty much unanimous about two things. They said you need to experience the play itself, or at the very least, read the script for yourselves. Why is that? Good question. Let's say that there's a work of art here, like a statue. Now, let's say that there are 10 counterfeit versions of that statue. In a situation like that, you just need to compare the differences among the statues to find the original. Even if you miss some, as long as you observe carefully, you'll find things that don't match. But that's not the kind of situation we're in right now. Because there's no one right answer? That's right. If there was an original work of art you had to find, all you'd have to do is find differences between it and its counterparts. That's That's not what you need to do to make the Holy Grail manifest in this case. According to the testimony you gathered, Cyrano and his crew already tried putting on a play that was faithful to the original script many times. So then what's been missing in every performance so far? What is it you need to do to make the Holy Grail appear? To answer those questions, you need to either experience the play yourselves, or at least read the original script. That's what it all boils down to. I see. That's some good advice. Authors are amazing, huh? Okay, let's all look for the script then. I'm gonna go get started right now. On that note, maybe we should start by discussing how we're going to get our hands on the script. It's at least possible that Cyrano has disposed the original scripts, but the actors in the past performances should have been giving their own copies. Maybe some still have theirs. I guess we could start by asking Cyrano if he has the script. True, that question is innocent enough to avoid arousing any suspicion. We could just say that we want to study it as a reference for our future performances. And it wouldn't even be lying, since we really would be studying it closely. I knew it. This is the only way it might work. Hey, Cyrano. Oh, hello, Chuck. Why are you dressed like that? Oh, I just like the way it looks. Anyway, I was wondering if you had any scripts from your previous shows? I do. They should all be in the storeroom. But why do you ask? I wanted to read them over. Some lines and scenes are different, right? So I thought it would be good reference for my performance. Oh, such enthusiasm. By all means, take as many as you like. Will do. Well, mine went pretty easily. How'd you guys do? I acquired extra copies from the scripts from the other crew members as well, just to be safe. I got some from Yang Fei too. Oh wow, she made so many notes. And I got some from actors under the guise of collecting old scripts. Yeah, while bringing them as souvenirs to sweeten the deal. It all worked out fine, since they no longer needed the scripts anyways. Alright everyone, could you give me those scripts you collected so I can compile a summary of each performance? Okay, let's start with the first performance. Please make sure to put the scripts back where you got them when you're done, okay? Alright, let's see what we got. The first performance of Cyrano the Bergerac. The plot should be pretty much the same, but something's gotta be missing. It's not like everything was completely wrong either. If it was, we need a whole other play or another way to make the Holy Grail manifest. That aside, I can tell the script's been changed, but it still kind of feels like the same story. Not to say it's a bad thing. I mean, why would it be? You know, reading through all these, there's plenty of changes, but also it hasn't really changed at all. How do you mean? It always feels like the same story. So you're a feeling guy, huh? Can't say I'm surprised. Well, sure. This is stuff what we're talking about. The ending is always the same too. Indeed. For as long as stories have been told, it's generally been the ending that determines what kind of story it is. And Cyrano the Bergerac ends with Cyrano's tragic yet heroic death. I don't see how we could change that. That's it. What is it? I think we need to change the ending. I don't see any other option. You got to change the ending? And you want to have Sir Cyrano living happily ever after with Roxanne? Yes, exactly. You're kidding. No, that must be it. We've read every change to the script. In the ending's the only part that stayed the same. Sometimes Cyrano died before the final scene, but that doesn't change how it feels. Since it still ends with the Quiche monologuing as he's the last one alive. Hey, yeah, that must be why every script we read left me with the same aftertaste. Because the part where Cyrano dies at the end always stayed the same. It does seem obvious now that you pointed it out, but I hadn't realized it until you did. I feel so bad, I want to script, but I won't since there are ladies present. Jesus. Yes, please don't. What do you think of my theory? Changing the ending. Personally, that sounds like a decent idea to me. How about you, Shakespeare? You're the author in the room. What's your take? I hate it. Oh, man. You feel that strong? Well, that's my honest initial reaction. But I must confess, I cannot think of another idea myself. The ending is always crucial. No matter what story one is telling, a similar ending will result in a similar flavor. But change the ending, you're walking into a wasteland both treacherous and uncharted. And of course, to put a spin on my own words, all's bad that ends bad. Even should you put your plan into motion, I have my doubts as to whether Sir Cyrano will go along with it. Oh, right. I could definitely see Cyrano not being on board with the change to the ending. Huh? Why not? He'd get a great happy ending where he lives and he and Roxanne ends up together. How could he have a problem with that? I get where you're coming from, Stoffel, but he is correct. The tragic ending of Cyrano de Bergerac is core to its entire story. Audiences have been applauding the final image of Sir Cyrano tragically, yet proudly shouting "Mon panache" at the very end for decades. So I can see how Sir Cyrano may be loath to change it. Well, we just have to find some way to convince him. Alright, I'm gonna go talk to him right now. I'll go with you. Cyrano! Hmm? What is it, young crew member and Chuck? What do you think about giving the next show a happy ending? Happy ending? Yeah, is what we had in mind. So I would survive and marry Roxanne, huh? Do you think the audience would go for it? Honestly, I don't know. But doesn't this seem like the only thing you haven't tried? Well, you're right about that. I certainly haven't tried it. Me getting a happy ending, I don't feel like I have a right to that. But that choice is for the audience to make, not us, don't you think? Well, yeah, you do have a point there. So, I think it's worth trying at least once. Do you not like the happy ending, Cyrano? Of course I do, young man. I'd go so far as to say I love them. Okay, let's give it a shot. Sweet. Oh, and while we're at it, if it's possible, do you think we could keep Christian alive too? Why not? We shall make this the happiest ending the cast of Cyrano de Bergerac has ever seen. All right. Thanks, Cyrano. Not at all. Frankly, I never would have thought of this on my own. Is that true? You really haven't even thought of this before. I'm sorry. I was lying. I have indeed. In fact, it was the very first thing I thought of. And why didn't you try changing the ending before? Well, the answer is simple. I couldn't. But there's no harm in trying now. Who knows? Maybe they'll be able to pull this off. Oh, cool. Ooh, though that is quite a couple of them. Okay, that's level 80, so we just have to keep going. The story of a new telling of Cyrano de Bergerac. Cyrano de Bergerac, a valiant man cursed with an unfortunately large nose. He has long been in love with his cousin Roxanne, but one day Roxanne tells him she loves a man named Christian. Christian loves Roxanne as well, but while blessed with good looks, he has neither wit nor literary talent. And so, we have a love triangle. Christian, wait, hold on, who doesn't want to disappoint Roxanne with his ineloquence, and Cyrano, who feels he is too ugly to be worthy of her. Together, Cyrano and Christian manage to woo Roxanne. They also foil the Guiche's plot to keep them apart. And then in the end, everything somehow still works out. Christian steps aside and meets someone new, and Cyrano and Roxanne live happily ever after. It certainly is convenient how well this works out. I'm sorry, it was the best I could come up with under the circumstances. Hey, I think it's great. I get to live now. Looks like nothing really changed for me. The last chapter is set 15 years later, too. But the last scene is now a wedding ceremony. Indeed. I figured if we're going to embarrass ourselves, we may as well go, how do you say now again? Nowadays? Full cringe. Oh, Roxanne gets to be a bride. Yay. Pinkerous. A happy ending. Does sound lovely. In the original script, Roxanne spends 15 years in a convent mourning Christian's death. So I like the new direction a lot more. So, who's Christian in up with now? Oh, I guess we don't find that out, huh? I thought that would be needlessly complicate things, so I decided to wrap this story up in the ending monologue. Gotcha. You know? I know you're the main character and everything, but it still really impresses how you ripped up the revised script so quickly. Well, to tell you the truth, I know I said I'd never thought of this on my own, but I've actually been thinking about it for a while. Really? But then, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Not at all, Chuck. If you hadn't brought it up, I would have never been able to go through with it. And I'm glad I could help. Alright, now we just need to rehearse. We'll go with it, the same cast as we did for the 31st show. All the lines will stay the same except for the ending the first time we rehearsed the new ending. We'll read from the script. We won't need any costume changes, but we still need to change one of the backgrounds. So I'm counting on you, our faithful crew, to handle that. Okay, everyone, let's get to work. Yes, this time it'll work. All right, I want to use her, so let's see how this works out.
いいでしょう。アサシナイト受けたまわりました。
That's a lot of help. Actually, this might have been. What? Unable to use Devil Phantasm. Oh no.
この私があくまでいいでしょう。もうふっと逃がしません。許しません。特別サービス。異論はありません。異論はありません。リングバラスに入刀します。外します。高き狼の槍にならぬグレイブリー・イーラルクス。余裕です。いかほどご用件はいかほどまあ大
I get that
胆
extra
ばらま
head.
きましょう。ロック商談終了。ああもう最高。ご用件はいいでしょう。まあ大胆スタート。ジェイルは吹っ飛びなさいま私の神殿ご覧になります？異論はありません。この私がじゃんじゃじゃーん。見てこの躍動、天を揺るがすエンジン。私守備に走りました。さあ支配してあげましょう。てか撃て。視線はそのご用件いいでしょう。それとそれと後ろです。華やかでしたか。それは結構新しく術を作って正解でした。
I wonder what that was. Hey, Master and the gang. The gang? That's what I said. There are other Chaldeans around. There are other Chaldeans around? Oh, yeah. Yes, of course. Why? Is there some sort of emergency? Well, I was just wondering how I should deliver this line in the third act. Unfortunately, all the performing arts servants are away at the moment. Since Bash isn't around right now either, I guess Gordy and I will just have to step up. Me? I'm a mage, not an actor. Well, it's the scene in the third act when I decide to try speaking for myself. Last time, it was like I got so confident I became insufferable. But doesn't this script seem kind of far from that? It does seem kind of different, yeah. the Christian in this script is a pretty good guy, so it does seem like a fairly drastic change. But wouldn't that confuse Cyrano if we break the flow of the last performance? The last time Charlemagne played Christian, he did wind up pretty insufferable. But this new Christian really looks up to Cyrano. Then wouldn't it make sense for him to change his performance to suit that? It's not that simple. If he did that, there would be no reason for Cyrano to act so coldly towards him. Hang on. I think this might be a big problem. Now that Christian's a good guy pretty much from the start to finish, Cyrano's attitude towards him won't make any sense. You think it might throw out the You think it might throw off the relationships? That's a good point. I'm gonna talk to Cyrano about this. What is it, Chuck? Is there a problem with the script? Oh, no, not exactly. Don't lie, of course there is. Oh, I didn't think you'd be so accepting of that. Well, certainly I did make a number of drastic changes to the ending. So, what is the problem? Well, I had a feeling that rewrite might be a problem. You prop up one part, another comes crashing down. So, what do we do about it? For the time being, keep your performance the same as the last time. If that ends up not working, I'll change my own lines and performance to match. Specifically here, here, and here. Yes, I think that should do it. How does that sound? Yeah, that should work. Alright, let's start by trying that. Oh, but we're aware that I may have to change many more lines in the future. Got it. Now I actually have some questions for you. What makes a knight? What is chivalry? That's tough. There's some pretty deep questions. I'm sorry. I know I'm springing this on you out of nowhere. But I believe a hero of your caliber might just have the answer. Oh, so you figured it out? Well, I guess it would have been weirder if you hadn't. Honestly, I didn't think a great hero like you would ever come to a rundown singularity like this. Hey, rundown or not, we'll always show up whenever there's a singularity that needs repairing. You know, maybe you're the kind of person I've been looking for this whole time. Not some fictional knight, but a genuine knight who truly existed. I see. And you might be better off with someone else. Oh, sorry, it's nothing. Don't worry about it. Anyway, would you mind keeping this to yourself? You don't even want me to tell your allies? Yeah, they already know who I am, so nothing to worry about there. Alright, good point. Anyway, let me say this, Knightly King. Whatever happens in the next performance, try not to be disappointed. Huh? Not sure where that came from, but okay. Cyrano de Bergerac, huh? I wonder what this one will be like. Word on the street is that there's a whole new take on the classic Cyrano story. Sounds interesting. I can't wait. Looks like we got another full house tonight. I just hope this works. Cyrano was still making edits to the script right up to the last second, so I can't help but to be a little worried. Anyway, don't worry about the crew. Go check in on the actors, would you? Oh, Saber, would you help me run the ticket counter? Ooh, no battle? Oh, no, wait, I think I did. Yeah. Battle. Phew. You okay, Chuck? Oh, hey, Master. How's the crowd looking? Back to the rafter just like last time. Back to the rafter just like last time? Awesome. I'm not too worried about my performance. It's nothing changed for me, but what about you, Roland? You gonna be okay? Yeah? I'll be fine. I might still be a bad guy, but now I'm a bad guy whose good aspects... Wait, what do you say? Whose good aspects rather than his evil deeds are getting the spotlight. Actually, maybe I am a little nervous. Yeah, I mean, a bad guy who's not all that bad. A critic might call that a half-assed character. You could take a charitable view and say it humanizes him. Oh well. Either way, I'll just have to act my heart out. Excuse me. Could I talk to you for a minute? Me? I was wondering what you think of Roxanne in this version. She seems like an even more difficult role than usual. Right? Every role has changed significantly except for mine. It makes me feel disconnected. I need to find a way to make sure I still seem like part of the show. Lord Player, was it? Do you have any interest in acting yourself? A little, I guess. Oh, I'm gonna hold you to that. I can't wait to see your performance in the next show. Is something wrong, Master? You look tense. Did you mess up and say something you shouldn't? Gotcha. Guess we'll both have to be more careful about that. Okay, places, people. Let's get this 30-second showing of Cyrano of Bergerac underway. The beginning of a show is always marked by applause. There's no guarantee it will end the same fashion, though. We do our very best to prevent so unfortunate an outcome. We deliver our lines as loudly as we can, even though what we really want to do is vomit. Now, we're working with new versions of these characters along with a completely revised script. When this is over, I just hope we don't end up in trouble. Trouble with who? Well, God, I guess. I can indeed. So please give me your blessing to leave your side and venture out into the world. Farewell, Roxanne. Oh man, I'm sweating like crazy. Think fast. Hey, Atao. Thanks. The audience been pretty quiet so far. You seem kind of nervous to me. Well, these aren't the characters they're used to. They didn't even know what to make of me when I made my entrance. Real actors play different people in each performance, right? Man, that's amazing. Oh wait, there are actors like that in Chaldea too. You know, like Matahari. I remember when I was like nothing, she said, I remember when oh my god, I remember when it was nothing, she said, show me 100 people and I'll show you how I can be the woman of 100 different dreams. Yeah, she's scary in a completely different way from the heroes who could crush you with their bare hands. Okay, let's go over the new plot one more time. In the next act, Christian is attacked on the battlefield and collapses when a gunshot rings out. But thanks to Cyrano, Christian has helped a lot so far. He just manages to make it out alive. Later, Christian unwittingly lets the cat out of the bag while talking with Cyrano as Roxanne overhears. Cyrano tries to apologize to Roxanne for deceiving her, but Roxanne refuses to listen. Cyrano continues to apologize and makes excuses in an entertaining scene while he's still under the fire of the battlefield. Eventually, he starts to win Roxanne over. Anyway, the idea is to make the tragic story of the original and turn it into a slapstick comedy. Well, good luck on the battlefield, my emperor. Thanks, but I don't think I'll need it. Okay, see you guys later. Uh-oh. What's up? Nothing, I just got a bad feeling for some reason. I want to be loved for who I am without Cyrano having to speak for me. Christian, there you are. Come on, we're getting out of here. There they are. Get them. Hold fast, Christian. As for you, have at you. Ooh, am I fighting? I got you. Let's go. Usable only when your AP is 30% or higher. Set your MP gauge to 0. Increases XP gauge for everybody, excluding yourself.
受けたま
了解はは
すごいです。
ぶっ飛ばす全力全開発動いくぜオーダー受オーケーオーダー受諾そこだまとめて
でございます。
オーダー受諾あ了解そこだそらそら
名称でございます。はいどうぞ。つまらないもん受けたまわりです。
了解
それでは参りましょう。バリエンテアサルトデブカ投げまーす。
光の加護を我に
輝いてますよ旦那様。
Let us continue. Okay, I think we made it through. Sir Christian? Huh? No, Roxanne, stay back. Is she joining the battle? Yeah, she is. Why is she at the battlefield? What is that?
行くぞ。
オーダー受諾。あ、
ライチだ。
そこだ。
ほどほどにね。
まだだ。
What?
まだ俺は。
What just happened? What? Eee! Huh? Did this Christian just die? Even though he's supposed to live this time? What do we do now? Should we stop the play? Wait, Cyrano's still performing. Damn it, Christian. How did it come to this? A bright future lay in store for you and Roxanne. You have left me no choice. I will protect Roxanne, whatever the cost, even if it be my own life. Did the play just go back to the original story? Yes, it did, but that would mean we have to swap out all Roxanne's lines. Not to worry. Maybe Yang Fei has already gone back to the original script. If we ended up going back to the original story, then there should be no problem. So does this mean we're okay? I still want to know what that was just now. This is Chaldea. I have a small but urgent message for you, Master. Oh, what happened there? Hold on, guys. My game just crashed, I think. Didn't mean to show you guys that. Sorry about that. What just happened? That's strange. Never happened before. Ah. I have my YouTube open. We have a small but urgent message for you, Master. The being that just defeated Christian, that is, Charlemagne, possesses tremendous magical energy, easily enough to generate a singularity. It appears to be either the Holy Grail's owner or something with as much power as one. Huh? Well, Cyrano just died too, so then I guess this means we're back to the usual play. Man, what a great show. It was good, but something doesn't add up. I thought this was supposed to be a new take on... Oh man, what was that? The audio? Strange. Okay, just give me a second, guys. Yeah, that's true, but it looked like they just changed some characters a bit. I was hoping for something more innovative. Now that I've seen the performance, it seems to be the marketing campaign was pretty deceptive. Hey, Chuck. Yeah, I'm okay, but what happened? That's what we want to know. I wish I could tell you, but I have no clue. All I know is that I was playing Christian, then all of a sudden it felt like I was really on a real battlefield. What is going on with the audio? That's strange. Next thing I knew, whatever I was fighting had killed me. Are you hurt? My king? I mean, Chuck? Nah, I'm fine. His maid. Here's a hot towel. And here's some water. Go rest for now, sir. Right. I think I'll do that. Good. As for you, Lady Yang, I'm sorry about your leg. I guess I should have been more careful. I'm sorry. You okay, Yang? Yeah, sorry to make you worry, Monte. Alright, so Cyrano, it's time we had a talk. I think I speak for everyone here when I ask, what in the world just happened there? Before you answer that, are you alright? Is there anything I can get you? You're being either frightfully calm or frightfully calm. Kinda. And I can't tell which. Oh, I would like some water, but seeing as I can't drink it anyway, I'll just tell you guys what you want to know. First off, the Holy Grail killed Christian. I know it. Hang on. I thought the Holy Grail was just a wish granter. Meaning if it tried to kill me, it must have done that because somebody wanted me dead. Oh, I know. It can't be us since we got here later, which means there's only one option. It's you, right, Cyrano? Be ridiculous. If it was me, I'd be laughing my best villain laugh right about now. Although that's not to say I'm not in any way responsible. Would you all listen to my monologue? Wonderful. Thank you. Cue the music. We didn't actually say we'd listen. I mean, we will, but still. That's funky. Okay, on to the next one. I wonder if Cyrano was actually happy. He lived for love, suffered for it, and thought it above all else. But he was never able to profess his love for Roxanne because of how insecure he was about his appearance. He may have never fought for found love with women. Even his own mother may have never loved him. But in his final moments, he still shouts, "Mon panache," as he falls to the ground. That is when the audience gives its thunderous applause, moved to tears by his ultimate fate. Still, I'd like to see him happy. Why shouldn't I? He's me. If I made a wish upon the Holy Grail, or at least that I was going to, then I hesitated. Right before I was about to make my wish, I worried that I was being too presumptuous. But it is the tragedy of Cyrano's fate that has moved the audience since the very first performance of the play. So then, what right do I have to wish for a happy ending? For him? For me? It was that thought that drove me to make the worst decision possible. I want to make a happy ending for Cyrano de Bergerac, but it must also satisfy me. Ugh, talk about the worst possible wish. Why was the worst possible wish? So Cyrano, does this mean until you're satisfied? The Holy Grail will continue to revert the play to its original plotline? Yeah, it doesn't. I see. So that was the enemy we fought earlier. You still weren't satisfied with the script, so the Holy Grail made us do it over in the name of granting your wish. I'm afraid so. I see. That explains why I came back to life. The Holy Grail only killed the script and put us back to where we started. But it's not like the Holy Grail actually granted your wish. It seems more like it's trying to grant it and failing. But why did you change your wish in the first place? I mean, you're the Cyrano from the play, right? So wouldn't you want the ending where you don't die? The thing is, I'm not. You're not Cyrano? No, I am, but... Hold on. Are you saying you're not the Cyrano from the play? Cyrano the Bergerac? But the actual Cyrano the Bergerac? The actual one? Remember what we said about there being a real historical figure named Cyrano the Bergerac who served as inspiration for the play? Well, that is who this Cyrano is. He's just like the Cyrano of the play, except for his nose. No. Maybe even that's the same. Huh? But you and the play Cyrano aren't the same person. Of course not. There's a world of difference between Cyrano the Bergerac, the brave, foolish, tragic, titular figure, beloved by audiences around the world, and me, who was just your everyday, unremarkable, run-of-the-mill author. But isn't the other world comical history of the states and empire of the worlds of the sun, Jesus Christ, of the worlds of moon and sun still widely known today? Not to mention all the other worlds you know. Nobody nowadays actually reads them. Regarded as old-fashioned sci-fi pabaloom at best. Besides, does everyone these days actually know there was a real person with a big nose named Cyrano the Bergerac? No? I'm actually pretty sure the fictional Cyrano the Bergerac story is much more widely known and appreciated than mine. I see. Your fictional counterpart stands head and shoulders above your real self. Exactly. So then what kind of ending will satisfy you? Well, it should make perfect sense to me since you're sufficiently happy and astound the audience. Yeah, that's the kind of ending I'm looking for. That's impossible. That does seem like a very tall order, Sir Cyrano. To not only change the ending of a beloved work of fiction, but to do so in a way that you can accept without question, well, that's going to be very difficult, both logically and emotionally, especially for you, since you're the model for the lead character. Yeah, you're right. Damn it, why did I make that wish? And there you have it. My foolish wish is threatening to warp all of human history, and I have no notion of what I should do. I'd hope something might change if I keep performing Cyrano the Bergerac, but so far, well, we did see signs of the Holy Grail appearing, so I do think that we're on the right track. But that's as far as I've been able to go. It's hopeless. I'm sorry, I'm so useless. I'm such an idiot. Huh? Cyrano? Cyrano! Get back here. Did he just run away? What? What do we do now? Alright, I want to continue. But we just hit the hour. And I have to go to sleep for the day. So I think I'm gonna have to end things.
いらっしゃいませ。
おおマスター、ようこそ我が店に。
品物いろいろ取り。
I'm gonna have to end things here, so thank you for tuning in, whether it be on stream or after the stream is over. I genuinely do appreciate it. Golden Arcadia, signing out. Bye!